Hey everyone, you want to get a real handle on something important and, well, fast. That's what we try to do here.
Exactly. And today, we're taking a look at the big five personality traits.
Yeah, the big five. We got some great questions from y'all, and our mission really is to unpack this model, see how it actually, works.
It's a super useful framework, helps us understand the core bits of personality. So first things first, what are the big five?
Okay, so think of them like five main channels, five big dimensions that describe how we are.
hmm
It's more detailed than just saying someone's like shy or outgoing. It gives a fuller picture.
Right, it's a spectrum for each one. So the first trait is openness to experience. What does that actually look like?
Openness, yeah, it's kind of about how much you engage with new stuff, new ideas, experiences.
Art, travel, different viewpoints.
Exactly. Someone high in openness might be, really creative, curious, maybe enjoys abstract thinking, comfortable with change.
Gotcha. Okay, next up, conscientiousness. What's the core idea there? Conscientiousness. Well, that's about being organized, responsible, how disciplined someone is.
So like planning things out, being reliable, setting goals.
Yeah, pretty much. Someone who follows through, that reliable friend.
Makes sense. Okay, extroversion, we hear that one a lot. What's the big five take on it?
So, extroversion here is really about where you get your energy, how much you seek out social interaction and stimulation.
Right. High extroversion means someone's often energetic, maybe assertive, loves being in groups.
Yeah. And on the other end, lower extroversion, introversion, that's more about finding energy in quieter settings, maybe smaller groups or alone time.
Important distinction. Okay, what about agreeableness? What's the heart of that trait?
Agreeableness, that really centers on cooperation, empathy, compassion, how you interact with others, basically.
So being trusting,
Mm.
kind, valuing harmony in relationships.
Exactly. People high in agreeableness often, try to get along with others. They're generally seen as helpful, considerate.
Okay. And the final one, neuroticism. What does that involve? And what if someone scores high?
Right, neuroticism. This one's about the tendency to experience negative emotions. Things like anxiety, maybe worry, sadness, anger.
So emotional stability is kind of the other end of that spectrum.
Precisely. Someone high in narcissism might be more sensitive to stress, maybe experience more mood swings. It's about that emotional reactivity level.
Okay, so those are the five. And there's that acronym people use, right?
Oh.
OCEAN.
Oh, ocean.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just a handy way to remember them. O for openness,
C for conscientiousness.
E for extroversion, A for agreeableness.
And N for neuroticism.
Ah,
OCEAN. Simple enough.
keeps them straight. Now, something that trips people up sometimes is the difference between a trait and a state. Can we clarify that?
Good point. Yeah, huge difference. So a trait is, well, it's more enduring, right? Relatively stable across time, across situations.
Like your general baseline level of, say, agreeableness. That's kind of how you usually are.
Exactly. But a state, that's temporary. It's how you feel right now or how you're behaving in a specific moment because of the situation.
So even someone who's generally low on neuroticism, pretty calm, might feel anxious, like in a state of anxiety, before a big presentation.
Perfect example. Or a highly extroverted person might need some quiet time, be in a state of wanting solitude if they're tired or unwell. The trait is the tendency. The state is the temporary feeling or behavior.
That distinction is really key. Okay, so we have these five relatively stable traits. How good are they at actually, predicting what someone might do?
Ah, the prediction question. This is where it gets really interesting and maybe a bit debated sometimes.
Right, because it's not like a crystal ball.
Definitely not. But research does show pretty strong links. These traits give us good clues, probabilities about likely behaviors and life outcomes even.
Can you give an example?
Sure. Like high conscientiousness is often linked to better job performance, academic success, even healthier habits. That makes sense, right? Planning, discipline.
Yeah, that tracks. And maybe high extroversion predicts someone being more likely to take on leadership roles or have a wider social network.
Exactly. High agreeableness might predict better relationship satisfaction, perhaps less conflict. High openness could correlate with trying new things or certain career choices.
And neuroticism.
While high neuroticism could be linked to maybe experiencing more stress in daily life or being more prone to certain mental health challenges. But it's complex. It's not destiny, just tendencies.
Right. It gives us insights, not definite labels. Understanding these traits helps us understand ourselves and maybe navigate interactions a bit better.
Absolutely. It's about understanding the broad strokes of how people tend to operate.
Okay, so let's quickly recap. We've got the big five: Openness, conscientiousness, extraversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism. Remembered by Ocean.
Check. We covered the difference between those stable traits and temporary states.
Right. And we touched on how these traits, while not perfect predictors, do give us valuable clues about potential behaviors and life patterns.
It's a really powerful model for thinking about personality fundamentals.
Definitely. So here's something for you to chew on. Think about someone you know well, or even yourself. Can you sort of see these 5 traits playing out and how they typically act or react? Where might they fall on those spectrums? It's kind of fascinating to observe once you know what to look for.